When a dementia resident enters a dementia unit, it's very easy for them to become emotionally stressed and either slip down into depression or escalate up into anxiety. But a lot can be done to emotionally support a person in either of these states. Take depression. If a dementia resident is depressed, it's really important to be positive, upbeat, motivate them, and get them out walking. Walking is always the big thing that helps depression. Fresh air, sunshine, nature, and chatting and communicating all the way. Then from there, activities. It's important for a depressed person in a dementia unit to be active. And there are activities, every day, 8 hours a day, 7 days a week in New Zealand, for these people to be able to go to, socialise, communicate, exchange, and keep busy. It's really important for them to keep busy, and that will keep depression and other negative emotions at bay. And if you can socialise with them, or supported socialising I call it, go to the activities with the person to start with until they integrate. And once they start to make friends, then everything will ease out after that, will progress from that point onwards. Now, if the person is anxious, slightly different approach. If they're really anxious and you can see they're really not coping, maybe spinning out a bit, and if they say that, I feel like I'm spinning, then you just really do need to let them lie down for half an hour, relax and unwind until they're stable. But once you can see the colour coming back in their cheeks and they look a bit fresher, then again, walking will always help, because it just gets the cortisol out of the system, it gets them out into the fresh air, out into the real world, away from the stresses of the dementia unit and all the pressures of that, and your company, of course, and them seeing other people and being engaged in the world. So walking, and again, supported socialising, so that you accompany the person to the activities. Now, if the person is really anxious, it really does take some doing, because if they're anxious within themselves, then socially anxious, they'll have difficulty communicating, and when they do, they'll be fearful that they're saying the wrong thing, or in the wrong place at the wrong time, etc. So encouragement goes a long way, also with someone that's depressed, in terms of encouraging them to communicate and be involved. Your mum, you're doing really well. We've started with the press reading now, and you're enjoying that, listening to the news and what's going on. You've always been interested in the news and kept up to date. So good on you for coming to the press reading. And I've been helping you and coming with you for the last couple of weeks. But from now on, I want you to do this independently, but I'll still continue coming to some of the meals with you, because I know it's taking time to make some friends. But once you make friends, I know that you'll be well on the way to being able to manage here. And the ladies are very nice and very friendly. It just takes time to be able to link in and make friendships with them. So like that, encourage your mother that she has got the capacity, encourage her to communicate, encourage her to speak out and speak up and be part of things. Just don't let her just sit there because she's depressed or anxious, just shutting off, shutting down and saying nothing, and everyone else doing the work. She has to make the effort as well. It's a give and take from both sides, effort from all parties. Needs to be, because it's not easy. It's really not easy coming into a dementia unit for a starting point. It's not easy. It's so easy to get depressed and anxious, and it's difficult to socialise when you're depressed and anxious. So that's why explain to your mother the whole way through, the whole process, as to why you're supporting her, that you understand that she's anxious or depressed, but you can work through this. It's a new environment, it takes time, but if she goes to the activities and joins in with the other ladies who are very friendly and want to be friends with her, you can see that, and they've already started communicating with her. So in that way, step by step, you can work things through. Now, once your mother is coming to the press reading herself independently, she's starting to chat to the ladies at the table, the 3 other ladies, a little bit at mealtime, then you can progress it further. which is like the happy hour, socialising. That's actual socialising. So if you can come again to one or two of those to start your mother forward with that, and meeting other new people at the unit, and of course there'll be other relatives there, and of course there's the staff. So it's a big community. Dementia units are huge communities. I mean, in any one day there'll be 100 people that your mother will be at least seeing, if not meeting and greeting. I mean, 30 residents for a start, and it could be more, and then the carers, the nurses, the clinical on and off shift all the time, the doctors, then relatives coming and going, maintenance men, huge amount of people. So you really do need to get into the socializing spirit, you know, and be emotionally strong in such a place. And then when you do, lift yourself out of the depression or de-escalate the anxiety. Absolutely, it is possible to be happy in a dementia unit and have a good quality of life in a dementia unit. And many residents do have a good quality of life, especially once they make a friend, they come to the activities regularly, they've got supportive friends and family, or if not from the outside, at least friends from the inside, and they've got their reading if they like reading, or the activities which they enjoy. You know, a nice little independent setup for them so that they've got those things in their lives that give them happiness and quality of life. Then from that point on, you know that your parent is going to be okay living in the dementia unit. So I've written about this at length in both books, Resident's Voice, Resident's Rise, both on Amazon, and everything is in my website below. So you'll see it in the description below, www.pietavalentine.com. The books are there, radio interviews there, all background information on this work. So please view, it's important. And thank you for your subscribing, and please pass on the links. Thank you.